Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with a hashtag Yellow in April, hashtag Saturday Morning Makes. Yellow in April is hosted by Anna White. Saturday Morning Makes hosted by Jill Norwood of Greenwood Girl Cards. And I will put links to their channels below so you can watch all their crafty goodness. I was still focusing on my Eastery spring cards, just having fun with playing with yellows. Alrighty, let's get started. First up, here is a Cottage Cuts card. This one I believe is a A2. Yep, featuring a lot of different products. Okay, the only thing I regret about the card, I had glued this arch down, and after I did it, I was like, and I had decorated it with the flowers, so I couldn't go back. You know, what I should have done, like once I glued it down, I was like, why didn't I recess it? So meaning I wanted to have this part as a frame and then pop this up on foam. So outer side would be higher and then this would be in. Kind of like a, 3D picture frame type thing. Yeah. But seeing that I already glued it down, I had to just make it work. So let's talk about all the little goodies here. There's a bunch of things going on in this one. The arch. That one is actually Sunny Studios Stitch Arch 6-piece die set. It does come with a little tag. This is the largest arch right here. Adorable. And it does have a rounded edge. It doesn't bother me. I think the rounded edge would give a cleaner look because this is an inside out die. So I should have lined up the die here and then had the stitching on the outside and then this piece on the inside. Yeah. I may revisit this card with a different layout, because these daffodil dies, oh, they're so cute, as you can tell. This one measures, I'm going cut line to cut line, 3 inches wide by 4 1/4 inch tall. Super cute. And then they give you other layers if you want to do a, like a trim and make it into a shaker. That can work. Love this nifty little die set. Alrighty, and I will put links below for everything I'm showing. Next, daffodil. Hopefully still on sale. Cottage Cuts, the Scrapping Cottage is the name of the parent company, but the brand is Cottage Cuts. May still be on sale. They're having an anniversary sale, but they didn't put an end date on it. So that's why I can't give you definitive information on, oh, the sale ends Tuesday. You know what I mean? Spring Daffodils and Eggs. I had gotten this on sale over the Christmas holiday when they had that huge 75% off. Now the sale is up to 75% off. Adorable set. I didn't use the eggs. I just used the greenery and the daffodils. Let's measure here. These are the extras that I cut out. Okay. And notice I didn't use Sizzix adhesive sheets. Some parts of it I regret not using the Sizzix adhesive sheets, but the other parts I was using pop dots because I did layer it up. So I'm going to show you up closer. There's pop dots on this part just to give it a 3D look. And this is yellow basil cardstock. And I use the textured side and also pulled out some, I forget the first name of the distress ink, something mustard, sweet mustard. I'll put the name here. It's a distress ink and that's what I use to ink this just to give it a little depth. I know it doesn't look that much contrast, but in person you can see this is lighter than that, which is what I wanted to have happen. And then I popped up the centers, put a little bit of stickles there. Love, 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 love. The green, I did ink that too with some of my green distress inks. And this measures roughly 3 1/4 inch tall and the width roughly, let's say almost 3 inches wide. Because when you put these flowers onto the leaves, you can scoot it over a little bit. You can scoot it this way. So that's why I'm giving you a rough estimate because it depends on how you lay it out. I kind of stayed close to here, but as you can see here, it's tighter. Here I went looser and I did layer up these leaves. That's the base, and then these are for the flowers. Cute. So spring daffodils and eggs. Also from Cottage Cuts, you are seeing these two with the bunnies. This I believe is on clearance. Some Bunny Loves You and Bunny Gnome 1. So here is the bunny there, and then 2 bunnies from here. The gnome I didn't get to do, and now Easter is like over, so oh well. Can still use him without the carrot, right? Super cute. Super cute. So this is like a 2-for-1. You get the gnome that you can use by yourself. The ears, you don't have to put on the gnome. That's why I love cottage cuts. Sometimes, yes, these are small, but when you complete the project, you're like, wow, that was so worth the effort. Yeah, I'm starting to learn how cottage cuts works. Cuteness, small, takes a little time, but the end result, you're like, oh yes, this is great. This is great. And I hope you watched my back in stock video. I will put a link here and I will put a link at the end because there is some gingerbread goodness that if you did not catch that video, please watch it because it's so worth it. All right. Some bunny loves you. And then this is a stamp from my stash. I have, there's no bunny like you. I want to say this is Tailored Expressions. I've been really loving lately those Tailored Expressions stamps. They're stamps with the word dies, labels. I really like their stuff. Yeah, I'll just say that. High price tag though. So I splurge on certain things that I see with their store. This bow, that's from My Creative Time. And I will put a link below for it because I don't have it on me. And I did put this on a craft card base. Cute. That fence from my stash, but you could use any fence. I decided with this one because of the bunnies, and I did put those little bunny butts. The bunny butts are in this. There's some little dots in here. So cute. So I just put them on all three. This one didn't come with a bunny butt, but the little button or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's bunny butt or bunny button. Next card. Oh my goodness. Okay, I went over the top in this card. As you can see, I'm using the same pattern paper from my stash. Can't remember the name of it, but I do like it. And I made this whole, this is like Easter over the top. My Creative Time bow. Spellbinders. This is new from Spellbinders, their paint set. Oh my goodness, I'm going to put a link for it. Some places do have it sold out, but it is so adorable. First time I saw it, I thought, that looks kind of mixed media. If you do mixed media, great. And then I started looking at the examples and I was like, okay, this is unique. And when I see a die that's unique but can tell a story, yeah, this one tells a story. As you can see, it's like Easter with the paintbrush. They give you the drips in the die. The drips is what painted the eggs. Purple, yellow, pink. Yeah, I was going there. Let me show you the set of the paintbrushes. And I will link all of this. I got everything from scrapbook.com. Okay. I have it stored in a scrapbook.com storage envelope. You guys must be so sick of me talking about these envelopes. But if it's your first time seeing it, that's why I like to talk about it. New to my channel, welcome. And I like to talk about this envelope because she is just a nice storage system that just is the gift that keeps on giving and is keeping me more organized with certain die sets that are bulky like this. Because right now, what you're looking at is, and I will link those envelopes below, okay? There's a whole set, different sizes and everything. This is holding 4 sets, okay? It's holding the stamp set, which I didn't use here. Paint Your World Sentiment. Look at that. Great photopolymer stamps. This is the only thing I didn't get from the die set, which if I do get it, I would still store it in this scrapbook.com storage envelope. You Color My World. This is that paint palette with the brush, and it comes with all of these bits. Love. Then what you are seeing, I believe, is this set, the Artful Tulip without the tulips, because I wanted it to be dripping on the Easter eggs. So it's 2 of their die sets together. I'm using here Artful Tulip and Artful Brush. Artful Brush is the one that has the drips, okay? So let's measure. 3 1/4 inch tall by roughly 1 1/4 inch wide. That drip, 2 by 1 3/8. Now the drip looks very long, so I think what they're giving you is that you could drip it from inside the paintbrush coming down, or in my case, I've seen more examples where you can see the bristles and then the drip, as if you dropped it in the paint can and you didn't immerse it. And I love that they gave you the option. So I just freehanded the cut to shorten it. Here are the paint bristles, and you double layer that to get that look, okay? 1 5/8 of an inch tall, 5/8 of an inch wide, and then there is a trim and more drips of paint, depending on if I just was doing this alone. But I was, I didn't want to do a long slim line. I started off with this base and then came up with this whole idea that This paintbrush is painting the eggs thing. I know. I was going for it. I was going for creativity. This set, though, really inspired me. 3¼ inch again by 1¼ There's more of this, so you could cut, if you want it to be varied, you could cut this one, but they look the same, actually. Yeah, they look the same. And I liked how this layout right there with that curve and then this layering piece. So that's why I used this brush, that drip. Okay, yes, it's 2 sets. Not a bad price point, though. They are small. So if you're expecting something super big, it's not super big. So for your A2 cards, great. Okay, mini albums too, why not? This set now is the last in the set, Painted Blooms. This one now is much bigger, as you can tell by the packaging. Yeah, she now measures 4 5/8 of an inch tall by, let's say, 2 inches wide. Drips are much longer here. Paint bristles. Why I keep saying paint drips? The paint bristles are 2½ by 3/4. There are no drips here. So if you wanted drips, you'd have to come into this set. You'd have to stretch it out or do something creative with it to make it work. But here is the same label or hardware, then I should say, for the paintbrush. And then this one comes with more florals. And of course you can use these florals beyond. And let me tell you, Spellbinders has been really doing some very inspiring, very beautiful floral dies in the last maybe 2-3 years. And I'm like, every time just collecting them because they're just like, wow. And they're just dies, but the way that they look when you're done, check out Yana Smokula's YouTube channel and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, she influences me with the florals all the time and all things Spellbinders, okay? Super duper cute. This is on a regular A2 card, which would be 8½ by 3½. So you see that that paintbrush takes up the whole thing. If you have a friend who is into art or maybe mixed media, this is a great set. Or for yourself. Look at that. I mean, come on. Beautiful, beautiful. I looked at it. I wasn't going to get it, but then I was like, no, I want to complete the set. The only thing left is that palette. All right. So now, also again making an appearance in a different way. So before, I cut it like a little frame. Here, I put it as a, because it's the outside in. So there's the stitch detail out here. So I have this other piece that I have, the inner piece. I just, used it here actually. Oh. So you can see, I got 2 cards from 1 piece of cardstock. Yeah, the inner piece is that. You can match it. That matches right there, etc. So that's how I went from 1 card into 2. Oh, goodness. You can tell my memory is just going. Let me tell you, work has been like, oh, you just don't know. Busy, busy, over busy. So I took some glitter cardstock from my stash, took some nice kind of iridescent shaker bits there, sequins, and went for it. So this is popped up on that scrapbook.com 1/4 inch foam tape, which is back in stock and on sale. So I'll put a link for that. Put acetate here, then put the paintbrush on top. Let's talk about those eggs. These eggs are honeybee stamps. Build an egg, 9-piece die set. Love this set. I had used it last Easter too. The egg base, 2 1/4 by 1½. And then these are the various design tops. Here I use that kind of crisscross dots and then the swirl. I knew I wanted to do purple, yellow, and pink, and I went through all my cardstock and found as much of a pastel look. This here was something totally inspired by my mind. These are all Distress Oxide inks. Tried to go as light as I could. And at first this is the second attempt. First one, I had masked it off because I wanted to have the 3 colors kind of a ombre, but not true ombre. And when I did mask it, it was giving me hard lines. So then I went back in with tiny little ink blending brush and did a little purple, little yellow, little pink. You just don't know. And then on top of it, I put glossy accents and also sprinkled some Oh gosh, what is this? This is not stickles. I can't remember what I did. I might have used some loose glitter and just sprinkled on top. So that's where I'm getting that look of this is the paintbrush that painted these eggs. Like how people dip eggs, I'm painting eggs. This is a great die set though to add to your stash. Again, scrapbook layouts. This is a good one. Great size. Because look at it. You can have your 12 by 12. Only reason I'm mentioning scrapbook layouts is because one of my frequent viewers, hey Mechi, she asked me about what die sets would I use for scrapbooking. And so if I see something and it sparks in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll mention it here in the video. And for those of you who do projects that are bigger, mini albums, etc., this is a great set. And so much versatility, you know, plain eggs, shaker. That's your bit to make a shaker. Didn't do it here because I already had the shaker in the background. All right, crafters, let me measure this card base for you. 4 1/4, 7 3/4 of an inch tall. All right, on definitely 110-pound cardstock. Like to buy my 110-pound cardstock from either Michaels or Hobby Lobby. All right. Okay, crafters, that's my video. I just wanted to show you some more focus on yellow. Thank goodness April is still here. So you're going to see more spring cards from me because I am just feeling this whole yellow challenge. I'm enjoying playing with a colorway that I use sometimes, but now to focus on it, it's just been pure fun for me. And you guys can participate too. Type in your YouTube search bar, hashtag yellow in April, and you'll see everybody that's doing projects, and definitely Anna's projects. She's been making some beautiful cards. I'm watching her videos in silence while I'm working. Watching her color. I think she did one where she watercolor and painted all kinds of stuff, all right? Check her out too. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Check out this set. This is such a unique die set to add to your stash. I've never seen something like this and so thorough. It lends itself to making cards that you probably wouldn't have made before. I could see this for a lot of teen cards too. Different colors dripping from it, and then you put something cute at the bottom of the card. I got to tell you, this is also, I believe, from Tailored Expressions. This and this. It's a stamp set, and then you use a die to cut it out. Alrighty, crafters. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.